Today, we dive into the world of hallucination. Have you ever seen someone who wasn't really there, but felt so real it shook you to your core? Maybe it was in the corner of your eye. Maybe it was the sound of their voice, calling your name. Or maybe it was a full conversation with someone you lost long ago. You're not crazy. You're not possessed. You're human. And your brain is doing something extraordinary and terrifying to help you survive. In today's video, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of grief-induced hallucinations. Why does the mind conjure visions of the dead? How does trauma reshape our reality? And is it science or something supernatural? Strap in, this is about to get very real. Welcome to the only place where your mind meets the mystery, the mind's survival hack. When someone we love dies, the brain doesn't just feel pain, it goes into survival mode. For serving community, studies show that after a major loss, up to 60% of grieving people report hallucinations or sensory experiences of the person they lost. It's not rare, it's not a sign of madness, it's actually a psychological defense mechanism. You see, your brain is wired to maintain emotional bonds. Even when the person is gone, that bond doesn't just disappear. So what does the brain do? It creates them. It projects them into your reality. A scent, a voice, a shadow, sometimes even a full vision. It's your subconscious refusing to let go, and for a moment, reality bends. Science behind the sighting. Your brain stores emotional memories in the amygdala and processes grief in the prefrontal cortex and limbic system. When grief becomes overwhelming, these systems can create a kind of short circuit, blending memory and perception. That's why hallucinations feel so real. You're not imagining from scratch, you're experiencing a vivid playback of a deep emotional imprint. Brain scans of people experiencing grief hallucinations show activity in the same regions that light up during real sensory experiences. To your brain, they are real when reality starts to bend. Here's where it gets even more fascinating and unsettling. For some, these visions only happen once, during intense moments of sadness or isolation. But for others, it continues, daily, weekly. The deceased shows up, talks to them, even warns them. This is called persistent complex bereavement disorder, a condition where the mind stays trapped in a cycle of grief and hallucination. But here's the haunting part. Some people don't want it to stop, because in that vision, their loved one is alive. The pain is gone. The connection feels real. Is it healing, or is it a slow psychological trap? Grief-induced hallucinations aren't always terrifying. For many, they bring comfort, closure, or even guidance. This is why some cultures embrace these visions as spiritual experiences, believing the dead return briefly to ease the pain of the living. Science may call it a coping mechanism, but to the grieving heart, it can feel like a miracle. This intersection of science and spirituality is one of the most mysterious corners of the human mind. But not all visions are harmless. If grief-induced hallucinations interfere with your daily life, lead to paranoia, or cause emotional instability, it might signal a deeper condition, like complicated grief, PTSD, or even psychotic depression. That's when professional help becomes vital, because the line between healing and breakdown can be razor thin. The brain is powerful, but it can also become a prisoner of its own pain. So the next time you hear a voice or see a shadow that shouldn't be there, ask yourself, is it the mind breaking or simply holding on? Subscribe to the Human Hack HQ to uncover more hidden powers of the mind, because your brain is the most powerful tool you'll ever own. Welcome to the Human Hack HQ.